Where's the button I'm trying to press? There it is, full cam. Hey, everybody. Oh, I forgot to get rid of the QR code and stuff on the top stream, the whatever, loading screen. Hey, everybody. Welcome to I guess I can't say impromptu Madden Sim, but a hurried Madden Sim nonetheless, because we're, 6 hours until game time? And I got to get my affairs in order before all of that. I'm taking a little trip Friday morning, which was ill-advised because I'm obviously going to have a late night tonight, but want to get out. It's been a crazy 2 weeks here, and I'm ready to take a little bit of a mental health break, a little bit of a work break. No forehead tattoo. Thanks to everybody who showed up last night, who was here in the live chat. I didn't get to keep too many tabs on the live chat during the show. I will say, when I took a shot at the Twitch chat, I did take a peek, and I was not disappointed. But other than that, it was a pretty incredible night. For someone who had stressed over it for a good month, I don't think I could have expected it to go much better than it did. Shout out to the crew at the Magic Stick who was all over everything. I don't think people understand how unique of an event it was. They're used to putting on music shows, which I don't want to say are relatively straightforward, but they're, to have a live streaming element of it, which is pretty unique to the shows that they do there. On top of that, to bring in virtual guests and make sure the audio and the video and all that was working. It was a huge undertaking, and they knocked it out of the park. So huge credit to them. Huge credit, obviously, to all of you. We raised, I don't have a final total yet, but I think it's going to come out to something like $55,000 total raised in November, which is incredible. Just we somehow keep blowing out last year's numbers out of the water. Yeah, I think they enjoyed it, Lost Oceans. I think they liked the challenge. They liked it being different. And it ran so smoothly on our end that I don't think we'd hesitate to go back next year if we get the funding and get the support from SB Nation. What's up, Gene? 54,151. You've got it all. So do you know if that includes the door yet? So yeah, 54,154. That probably, because we got a couple big donations after we stopped going live, which I should probably thank. If I don't even remember if they were private or not. I can probably check that really quick. But yeah, it was an incredible night. Thomas F dropped $2,559.28 to get us to exactly $50,000. Which, I mean, so like there's a mess up in the numbers where I think one person donated to the team and not me, so there's an extra $100 donated to the team but not my page, which doesn't matter. Obviously, it's all going to the same place. So 50,101 was the total that was directly donated, plus another, like I said, like about 3,700, 3,800, 4,000, or whatever it was, via the auctions, and then still looking to confirm on how much we got from the actual ticket sales to the event. But anyways, huge success on any way you measure it. It was a ginormous success. So thank you to everybody who was involved. Gene in the YouTube chat over there. You guys met him last night. If you watched the stream, he's been incredible throughout the journey. I met him about this time last year, and I was very impressed with what he was doing over there. And I think it was a foretold conclusion at that point that we'd be working together. Yes, it's definitely over the tattoo number. Where the tattoo is coming at some point. Probably not anytime soon, but during the off season, I imagine it's going to happen. So it does include the door. Awesome. That's amazing. 54,151. It's an incredible number. I think we did about 41 last year. So, I mean, was that like a 25-30% increase from last year? What's the plans for the pig's feet? I have yet to throw them out, but I do owe you guys a bunch of spins on the Wheel of Pain, which I'm not going to overlook. I think I only did 2 last night, which we were just short on time. So at some point, I'll make sure that I pay up on those, but not today. I'm not going to be around for the post-game POD cast this week, but in the near future, I'll pay up for sure. I'm kind of excited for the Jack Fox punts that I'll have to field as well, but I got a JMO milkshake to drink. There's a whole bunch of stuff left to do, and unlike last year, I think we're going to try to knock them out before the next Movember. So, anyways, I don't want to rally on too much. I want to kind of get to this because I'm a little short on time. So I don't think they update Madden ratings before Friday, so we're just going to skip that aspect of it. Jump right to the game. I had a whole box of beans for Ryan yesterday, and I forgot to give them to him. And I forgot to get the card signed. I forgot on a lot of things yesterday, but we'll make sure whoever did win the Pride of Detroit signed cards, we'll get them to you. I'll probably have to send it out to Chris in California, and then he'll have to send it back. But it is the downside to a live show, an in-person show, is that there's a time limit, and that was like the part that I was most nervous about, because like we had booked Mina specifically for 7:15, and we had booked Herman for exactly 8:15, and when they're not at the place, like you have to be pretty strict to those numbers. If they're at the venue, they can wait an extra 5-10 minutes, but when it's virtual, it's tight, and so working around that was challenging. But I think we pulled it off. I think it went just as smoothly as we could have possibly expected. So elevation should come at 4. That's when they typically come in. So a couple hours here. Hopefully we're off this stream by then. But Madden is deciding to go a little slow this morning, apparently, or this afternoon, whatever time it is. It's just hanging out. Great. It's already running. How come it's not actually? This progress bar is doing nothing. So I think the tattoo is just going to be the Pride. I shouldn't say just. It's a tattoo. I think we'll go with the Movember logo. So the Pride of Detroit logo with the mustache. Sorry to all of you that think I'm getting Herman Moore on my chest. That is not a real thing that's going to happen. This is not modded yet. I have not had time to look into a mod. Are we actually working now? I think we're working. What's up, Eric? Codes? I got no codes. I had to pay for this game myself. Sorry, Blade. I do not have Mina's number. EA Sports. It's in the game. We're Blue Sky best friends now. Ooh, that's nice. Exactly. I'm jealous. It's really cold and snowy here. I hate it. Thanks, Jayherd. Appreciate it. I don't think a Herman Moore chess piece is on the plate. I think maybe I put shaving my head in striking. I mean, I'd probably just keep it where it is, and it's probably within striking distance next year. All right, let's adjust some lineups here because there's a lot of adjustments to do. Let me make sure it has the most up-to-date roster first. I was asking people their opinion on where I should get the tattoo, and most people seem to think thigh or calf, where it can kind of be out of sight, out of mind a little bit, which I'm like, yeah, that's probably true, but it almost feels like not in the spirit of everything a little bit. You know what I mean? A permanent mustache? Absolutely not. $1 million full body tattoo. Tramp stamps. All right. This is why I called you a bunch of degenerates last night. All right, you're not proving me wrong right now. All right, offensively speaking, only one adjustment to make, and it's the one we had to make last week. the way Ben Johnson talked about how they'd adjust to Decker being out makes it sound like Dan Skipper is going to play left tackle again. They could be, playing some games with the Packers here. I'm thinking for the 23 months as I'm nervous. Hold me. Hey, this is how I'm thinking about it. Let's say the Lions lose tonight. Guess what? They're still in control of their own destiny in the NFC North. They lose control of their own destiny when it comes to the 1 seed, but the Packers would still be 1 game behind them. At best, assuming Minnesota beats, the Falcons this week, they're suddenly tied. The Lions will temporarily have the tiebreaker over Minnesota, and so all they got to do is win out. I know that makes it sound easier than it is, but you got the Bears, you got the 49ers, you got the Vikings. In fact, you could probably lose to the Bills and still win out and still win the division. It depends a little bit on what the Packers do. But I think it would still work in the Lions' favor. I'm pretty sure because the Packers have already lost to the Vikings. They'd have a worse divisional record. So yeah, the Lions could lose the next 2, and if they win out, they still win the division. And this team hasn't lost 2 in a row in 3 years. So the next 4 is obviously Vikings. I'm sorry. Obviously Packers tonight, Bills next week, at Chicago, at San Francisco, home against the Vikings. I believe it's Bears before 49ers, right? I literally have it on my phone, but I think that's right. So yeah, that's the way I'm thinking. And I truly do believe what I've said in the past week. If the Lions lose out on the division, if they lose out on the 1 seed, they have to come in as a wild card. I'm not going to feel that much worse about their chances at winning the Super Bowl. I'm really not. Obviously, playing in Philly is going to be a challenge, but this team does not look any different on the road to me. And they're ideally going to be healthier in the playoffs than they are right now. So I think they're going to be fine. Anyways, I keep saying we're going to kind of speed run this, and then I keep not speed running it. So, all right, Zadarius Smith, Pat O'Connor. Yeah, that sounds about right. This is not right. Oh, man. Am I going to have to go back and add a whole bunch of guys? I don't want to do that. Ashcar 24 months says if we lose and the Eagles win out, which is possible since the Eagles have a super easy schedule, we can't get the first round bye. That is true. Yep. Kick Puncher 13 months says go Lions. Just watch a replay of the live show. Congrats. Hey, appreciate that. Terminator Jesus 7 months says don't get it on your calf. Ew. All right, fair enough. And OG McCord, thank you for the 14 months, says LFG FTP. I did not watch Matt Patricia this morning on Good Morning Football. I thought that was an interesting choice. That's my nicest way of saying it. What in the world are we doing here? I don't even know what to do. Ugh. What a mess. Do you guys want me to add people? I really don't want to. I would assume Broderick is... I don't think they have a choice but to play Broderick. No, I don't think these injuries have to do with strength and conditioning. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Malcolm's not playing, that's for sure. What do I do? Ben Neiman. Fine. Let's sign some free agents. Who did they sign? Why weren't they on the team already? That's the real question. Because half these guys are on the 53. They should be there. All right. Let's. Can we find Jonah Williams? That's the first question. No is the answer. Jonah Williams is not in the game. Great. Unless he's under... Oh, there he is. Never mind. Jonah Williams. Miles Adams is next. Let's go back to not there. Miles Adams. Great. Quan shouldn't be that hard to find. But is he... What? There he is. Great. And then, is he going to be under safety? Boom. Great. All right. Now I probably have to adjust. No, that's been saved. Great. All right. The thing is, like, I don't even know where these guys are going to be playing, to be honest. Like, I think maybe you put Jonah Williams here in kind of like a... Yeah. Yeah. And then Miles, you can be... There. Okay. Sure. Don't have ways to get these guys off the lineup completely, but okay, that works. And then at linebacker, where should we put Quan? Do you want him as a starter? Can I put him even here? Will they allow me? No, because this game's dumb. Oh, no, there he is. Just for funsie, you want to start him? Backup art behind Nowaski? Wait, no, we already have behind Neiman. I kind of like this. Who didn't I put to the lineup now? Who did I forget? Anybody? No, I think we're good. I think this is fine. This is fine. I'm going to say this is fine. Carlton Davis is back. It will be interesting to see if they do anything with Emmanuel Mosley this week. Like, will he play some nickel ahead of a Meek? I don't know. Jamal Adams is a... Oh, wait. I meant to put Jamal Adams here. I was thinking Jamal Adams, and I put Quan Alexander. Where do you want to put Jamal Adams? And is he available to even put as a linebacker? Miles Adams. He's not even available. I can't. That's the best I can do. Sub it? Okay. Let's see if I can put him as a sub guy. Yeah, I can. All right. Should I put him as a starter over? Why is Jack Campbell a sub? I don't understand that. Should I put him above Jack? Just to get him on the field? I think this should be Emmanuel. Panay quarterback. I see that, but do I put Jamal Adams as a starter and sub? They did cut Strickland, that is true. Which leads me to believe they're probably going to sign Jamal Adams to the 53 today. All right, screw it. All right, that's enough. Where is the injury report? Oh, it's right there. All right. So, offensively speaking, no Romeo Doubs. Whoops. He's going through concussion protocol still. Thought maybe he was going to play this week, but apparently not. He's their highest rated receiver? Oh, no. Reed is. Sure. Just got to get you out of there. All right. Who else is out? Ballantine, Jair, Cooper. And that's it. No other people are even questionable. So just out people. So reserve, lineman, linebacker, I mean. Cooper is out. Quay, you can be the backup middle linebacker. Sure, why not? And then corners. So no Jair, no... Let me make sure I get the right one. Ballantine. So let's bump Valentine up. Stokes up. Sure. And just throw a running back there. Xavier McKinney, you are the very emergency option. Bullard's in. McKinney's in. And I think we're caught up. All right. We're just going to run with that. If you don't like it, too bad. Week 14. I didn't look at sub packages. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. Don't care. Don't care. All right. Let's play. Let's do some stuff. If we... Oh, I already read that one. JMO's got to be in, right? I really don't want to go back and check. I'm just going to assume he's in. Packers are an 85. Lines are a 91. Keep that in mind. We're just going to do a pick 'em today. Straight up. What ugly Packers uniform are we going to use today? Let's start in the past. Let's go the opposite direction here. Just some boring classic uniforms. Where's like the brown one? Is it this one? Oh yeah, this one's pretty bad. Do we want to go with that one? Or is this one even worse? Oh god, this one's so bad too. We go all yellow versus all black. I don't hate that. Oh god, this one too. I keep forgetting about all the bad Packers uniforms. Which one? Jesus, they're just all terrible. Like, even this is terrible. Ugh, I hate it all. I hate it all. Pick the one that doesn't look like crap. You left me with 0 options. Oh, someone did request that Phenoms. That's a good call. Let's go all yellow. It's a prime time. Throw it back to old school Thursday night football when everyone was wearing their color rush. All right, so blue helmet. So let's just go not classic, color rush. Black jersey, but blue pants. Is that right? Why is it being weird? Home pants. Wait, away pants. Okay. Okay. I don't hate that. I'm assuming they're going to be wearing all blue. All right. Let's roll with this. I don't hate it. Eight-minute quarters, night game. All right, let's get the predictions in. Looks like Kentucky football. You're not wrong. Oh, they tweeted last night the blueberries are happening. Not a surprise. That is not how I get to my chat. I am out of it today, if you can't tell. I'm not sure how I'm going to survive the night. Start prediction. Madden Sim winner. Lions. Packers. No line at all. You're just going to pick them straight up. You got 2 minutes starting now. I did remove the injured players, yes. All right, so if you're on Twitch, you can gamble any or all of your channel points on the outcome of this game. If you're on YouTube, complain to YouTube that they don't have channel points. Oh, did I get... You know who they are, Joel. Dang, 250,000 channel points on the Packers from MJ Kimball. Go Lysen. Go Lysen. No spread. No spread at all on the Madden sim. In real life, it's 3.5, but in the Madden sim, we're just going straight up. Terra DC, thank you for the 20-month subscribe to the channel. And by the way, if I missed your donations last night, I'm sorry. I lost my place, and they came in hot and heavy during the show, and so there was so many that I tried to hit everyone. I'll say this, especially since I didn't really read the messages that came with them, particularly towards the end of the show when we were running out of time. I have gone back and read them all myself, so if you sent a message, I did read it. I promise you that. All right, 10 seconds left in predicting. It looks like we got 200,000 channel points from Chris C. Shepard on the license, which has evened out things considerably. 60% of the channel points on the Packers, 40 on the Lions, and that's how it'll end. Most of you sticking with the current trend, which is the Lions losing these dumb things, but we'll see. Let's get going. Excuse me, eating nachos? What in the world is that message? Are you crazy? Are you okay eating nachos? You've been here a while. I'm not sure where that came from. Scott Smith, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Don't be weird. If I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we didn't go to the scene then that had chat and. Oh great, we're frozen. The Olsen curse has been exhumed. We're good. All right. Packers starting out with the ball here. Nice tackle there by Ben Neiman. And whoever 53 is. I don't know. I'm too tired. Thanks, B-dubs. Appreciate that. This is going to be my last warning, Nachos. Chill out. No one cares. Let's have fun here. You want to go on a diatribe? Please do it somewhere else. We're just trying to have fun here. All right, Jordan Love in the shotgun. Nope, gonna fake it to Josh Jacobs. Do a little wide receiver screen. I'm gonna assume that's Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels. Oh my God, I'm screwed tonight. Jaden Reed. Oh Lord. Is it 11 Jaden Reed? This time they are going to give to Josh Jacobs, who's got a huge lane all the way down to the 38-yard line. 8-yard run for Josh Jacobs for the first down. Tomas. Thank you for the 22 months. I've been calling you Thomas J. Hutchins this whole time. Is it Tomas? I've been trying to sleep all morning and I did not succeed. I need a program? Yeah, I do have a program in front of me during the game. What's up, Jack? Have you thanked Ty Schulter yet, Jack Churchill? I'm sure you have. But that was a funny moment from last night. I'm sorry I've been calling you Thomas this whole time. Oh, dang. That's a serious quake. What? Oh, I did see a little bit of it. Everyone was answering Khalif, which I can't believe no one thought of. Yeah. Khalif's a great answer. Although I do stand by Hogan Hatton as an answer. What adjective did I use to describe Hogan Hatton last night? Something weird. Can't wait for the Jamal Williams, GD, and Matthew Stafford touchdown pass tweets. Yeah, I'm so screwed. I have like an 8:30 flight tomorrow morning, and the game's gonna end at 11:30 tonight, and then we're gonna have to do our video. I'm gonna have to do grades. I'm gonna be such a mess tomorrow morning. There's a Lee McNeil, by the way, who I wrote this morning needs to have a humongous game. That's how you do it. Do a little Michael Jackson dance after. Gentle. I think gentle's right. You know what? I stand by that. I think he's a gentle soul. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry, did I scream too loud? Oh, my mic is very high. Let me turn that down. No, this is I'm going on a little dude bro trip. 3rd and 14, by the way. Oh my god, he's wide open. I was waiting for Hogan Hatton. I tell you, man, he's got that just super positive energy that sometimes I wish I could channel. Just go to the airport after the game and sleep there. I theoretically could do that, but that would also require me to have planned enough to have packed by now, which I have not. In fact, I have a load of laundry from Monday that has not been folded yet. So that's how my week's been going. Pack on stream. No, here's the thing. Right after I jump off this, I'm jumping in the shower because that is badly needed. I'm driving Zazu all the way to Eric's house, who lives an hour away from me. What is that? How does nobody cover this man? I know Jaden Reed is good, but like he's not uncoverable. So anyways, I have to drive Zazu all the way to Eric's house, who's gonna have him for the weekend while I'm out of town. And he lives further away from Ford Field than I do, because it's just about like 30, 35 minutes for me. It's a little bit longer for him. And so, I mean, we're like, I'm assuming this is going to be over at 3:30. I'm going to get to Eric's at about 4:30 or 5, which only really gives me 3 hours to get to the game. It'll probably take 45 minutes from there, and I like to be there at least 2 hours before the game. So it's a tight schedule here. Again, I'm dealing with like, just, I don't know. The past 3 weeks have just been absolutely insane, and I feel like I haven't been in rhythm with my life at all. I haven't been able to get into the routines that I've been trying to build, like in terms of, you know, meal prepping, things like that, getting on the treadmill it's been a whirlwind. And so I'm very much looking forward to getting away this weekend and then just starting Monday as a normal football Monday and getting back into kind of the rhythm of everything. I'm honestly, I'm not that nervous about tonight. And it's not that I'm not nervous that they could lose this game. Yeah, they could very easily lose this game. But like I said before, I'm 90% certain if they lose the next 2 games and win the final 3, they're still guaranteed to win the division and be no less than the 2 seed. And if you ask me right now, do I think this Lions can run the table of at Chicago, at San Francisco, home against the Vikings? My answer is yes. I think they do win all 3 of those games because 1, they're going to be healthier than they are right now. And 2, I think they're better than all 3 of those teams. Pretty significantly so. So, I mean, listen, if they win tonight, it's a cherry on the top for me. Because you get to sweep the Packers, you get to essentially knock them out of the NFC North race. All that's great. But I feel like people are putting a little bit too much on this game. Like, I don't know. It's a whole thing of like being, I don't know, like to me, I think we always have to remember that this team is going to be defined by what they do in the playoffs, and they're going to make the playoffs. That's all but guaranteed at this point. I think they only need to win 1 more game out of the next 5, and it happens. They literally can clinch with a win tonight. And yes, you want to put them in the best opportunity to succeed in the playoffs, but they can win on the road. They can win in weather. They can fill opposing stadiums with their own fans. So I'm trying not to put too much on this game because it matters, no question. And if they're going to be in a really, really good position if they win this game in terms of winning the division, but there's still 4 weeks to be played, and like I said, they still win the division if they win the final 3 games. Someone needs to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty certain that's how it works. Because theoretically speaking, if that happens, they'll be 14-3, which means the Packers can only tie them. And because the Packers already have 2 division losses, and in this scenario the Lions would only have 1, they'd finish above the Packers. And if they win those final 3 games, it means sweeping the Vikings, and their best record could be 14-3. And you have the tiebreaker. Speaking of taking it to the house, Jahmyr Gibbs. Boom! Lightning strike. Explosions. Pew, pew. It is very laggy today. I probably have a billion things I shouldn't be running right now. So I don't know, like, focus on those last 3 games. I know y'all want the 1 seed real bad, and I get it. And I want it too. But you can't act like the Lions don't have a shot if they're the 2 seed. Yeah. You know, maybe I feel like maybe I should write that out to explain it to people. Because I'm not sure how many people, like, it just kind of occurred to me. And I imagine a lot of people don't know that, right? Like, if you just win these final 3 games, no matter the outcome of the next 2, they will win the division. You beat the 49ers, you beat the Bears, you beat the Vikings. You are back-to-back NFC North champions, guaranteed. It would be awesome to have the bye week. Don't get me wrong. And if there's a team that could use it more than any, it's 100% the Detroit Lions. But listen, I think there's a good chance you'll have Alex Anzalone back, even if it's wild card weekend. You'll have Khalif back. You'll probably have Josh Pascal and Levi Onwuzurike back. You may or may not have Jalen Reeves-Maben back. And then you're dealing with a pretty healthy squad. And of course, like, that all assumes that they're not going to deal with any other injuries in the next 5 weeks, and that's not a smart assumption to make. But I'm just saying, like, if you put that roster up to where it was at the beginning of the year, it's not that different. So the thing is, it has to be a little bit more specific than that, Kukukaju. So the Lions theoretically can only lose one of the next 3 divisional games and still be guaranteed to win the division. Yeah. What's up, Drew? For beating the Packers, I don't want to hear. I'm just saying. It could go either way tonight. I technically picked the Lions. I'm not super confident in it. To me, the key is stopping the run, and that's where I have the least amount of confidence in the Lions right now, just because of the injuries. I mean, they've been fantastic at stopping the run for most of the season, but they didn't do a fantastic job with Josh Jacobs 4 weeks ago, and now they're even more shorthanded than they were then. So that's my concern, because if they can run the ball, that means they can run play action. It means Jordan Love will be able to do a lot of things. Unlike he can there, getting sacked by Zadarius Smith, who's one piece that they do have now that they didn't have back in Week 9. Matt asks on YouTube, how do we feel about ball first or defense first? I hate when we want the ball. I love it, to be honest. I think, I get the desire to go back-to-back possessions in the end of the second quarter and the start of the third quarter. But if I'm the Lions, particularly in this matchup, I want to get ahead as early as possible and take the run game out of the game. I want to score right away, get a 3-and-out, score again, and just take Josh Jacobs out of the game and force him to throw the football. And so I think the best way you can get an early lead is to take the ball first. What's going on with the mic today? Is it acting weird? Fuzzy? Interesting. I think that's just my computer is being overstimulated. That's not the right word for it. I mean, you can see the game's pausing here, so I think it's probably affecting everything. Fuzzy pops. Oh yeah, I think it's because of lag too. Yeah, I think we're good for a Kirby Joseph interception today. Look at Dave Montgomery falling forward. I don't think there's any concern about me getting overexcited today. As you can see, I'm a little flat affect today. Yeah, that would probably do it, Katie. What is Montgomery doing there? He almost got in the way, but finds Amon-Ra. Packers may not be worried about him, but they should be. Healthy sweater, by the way. I don't think I said. Thank you for the 41 months. That's an awesome event last night. Thanks for you and everyone involved for putting the event on. Enjoyed meeting some of the community and hanging out. Hey, appreciate you coming out. It's it isn't missed on me how much of an investment that is. Oh, a little deep shot. Oh, he's open. Oh, he didn't get his feet in. He didn't get his feet in. J-Mo, drag those feet. Give me a replay. You're not going to give me a replay? I will not have time to take a nap before the game unless I'm doing it in the press box. Oh, man, no challenge there. That feels like a mistake. I can't believe they're not going to... They didn't give me a replay of that. That's wild. But anyways, as I was saying, it's a commitment to come out and see a show where you don't know what it's going to be like. You don't know anyone who's going to be there in the crowd with you. It costs 20 or whatever bucks it does with the service charge. It's on a random Wednesday night. It's snowing outside. Hold on to that football. Attaboy, Amon-Ra. Down inside the 30-yard line to the 26. Yeah, so it's listen. And I felt really bad too. Like, as soon as the show was over, it started snowing outside, and the roads were not great when I was driving home. So I hope everyone got home safe. But yeah, that was that was tough, and I appreciate everybody who did come out and made some time. All right, let's go. Let's go. We don't need this between quarter shenanigans. It's a good question, Jack. I don't know. Because this was the first of their kind. You know, I don't think people understand how much of an investment it was on their part. That was not an inexpensive event, and they really didn't spare any expense either. Like, they went all out, which I very much do appreciate. So I think a lot of it was just kind of information gathering. It was like a big investment to see how it works, how involved the community can get, you know, how many tickets they can sell, all that sort of stuff. So we'll see. I know the guy who was there from SB Nation with me seemed very happy with how everything went, in terms of ticket sales, in terms of smoothness of the show. I think he even told the event, like, yeah, if we're ever going to do this again, like, this is the venue to do it in. I think it was perfect. So first and goal? No, technically first and 10, but I don't... No. Okay, it was first and goal. It did say first and 10 on the screen for a second there, but now it says second and goal. What's your question, Apex? Yeah, the tech crew did an amazing job for the live stream, which, as I was saying at the top, like, that's something new for them, right? This is a music venue. You don't live stream music acts at a place. So they were excited just to do something a little new. Montgomery just short of the goal line. Way to absorb the hit there, though. Thanks. All right, line's going goal line here. Gonna give to Montgomery, who follows his blocks and pushes his way in for the lead. What are the differences between the Patricia era and the Campbell era with how they are with the media? Completely different. Just from a respect level, too. You know, Dan shows an appreciation for what we do as a job, which is more rare than you think among NFL coaches, because most, and I understand why, view us as a nuisance, right? We're asking questions that they don't want to answer. A lot of times questions can be asked in a way that sound accusatory or insulting. Some are asked in that tone, and I think there's a legitimate feeling amongst most NFL coaches that would be like, who is this guy to question what I do? And a lot of times they're right. Not always. But that's certainly what Patricia's relationship was with the media. Is like, I'm smarter than you. You're asking these dumb questions. At times I'm going to put you in check and say, hey, you're an idiot. I'm smarter than you. So obviously not going to use those words, but he's going to deliver his answers in that tone. And at times it felt like he was treating us like his players. So like the sit up straight thing is exactly that, right? It's him saying, hey, you work for me. When I'm in your presence, you are going to respect me by doing this. And he thinks he has power in that relationship when he doesn't, if that makes sense. Theoretically, yes, he could pull a credential or something like that, but they were never going to do that. They never threatened to do that, to be clear. And so at times it felt like he was like that. Like he was treating us like he ahead of us in the power dynamic. Oh, Jordan going to tuck this and run, and that is a bad decision as he runs right into Broderick Martin for a sack. So anyways, Dan Campbell is like the opposite. Oh, DJ Reader, you're not supposed to be in there. When Dan gets asked a question that he doesn't want to answer or he doesn't like, he either A, still answers it, or passes on it in an extremely respectful way. Says, hey, I understand why you're asking that. I don't want to answer that. And that's it. Like, we leave it at that, and that makes sense. And sometimes, even if you push him a little bit and be like, okay, you ask it a different way or you try to tackle it in another angle, he will give you a really good answer. Which I think is impressive. It might be a fault of his, to be quite honest. God, what was it? There was something recently where it was like, I don't want to answer that. I don't want to answer. Like, the dog one is a perfect example, right? It's a personal question. We know that Dan Campbell has had issues in his personal life, so I would understand why he doesn't want to let the media in too much. And so he gets a question about the dogs. He's like, I don't really want to answer that. I don't want to talk about that. Totally fine. Okay. Guy pushes a little bit harder, and then Dan, pauses for a long time. He goes, "Man, I love my dogs. I love my dogs. I love, the unconditional love. If I'm come back after a loss, after a win, they're the same." And he actually he gives a really good answer for a question that he specifically said he didn't want to answer. So, anyways, I think that's the main difference in terms of access. It's not completely different, but I would say the culture that Dan Campbell has created has allowed the players to speak more freely to the media, because it did feel like players were walking on eggshells. You never really got great quotes. You never really got players at their most loose. You certainly do with the Lions now. So that's my long-winded answer of your question. In the meantime, by the way, the Lions got a big third down stop there. Run defense looking pretty good, partially because DJ Reader has somehow snuck his way onto the field, but that's Madden for you. Oh, here comes the poop waddle. Get that. Oh, Monty, you got to pick up that blitzer, dude. Is that Quay? Let's not have. No, don't do the too small. You can't do. When you sack a quarterback, you can't call him too small. It's a quarterback. It'd be embarrassing if you didn't sack. Dan is a good dude. He's a... I don't even know how to explain Dan. Like, if I was a better writer when it came to personal stories like that, the human element stuff, which I'm still kind of flexing that muscle. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. I'd love to write a book on Dan Campbell one day. Just, I don't know. He seems like an incredible human being. He really does. With the way he treats other people, with the way he leads. It's really funny. Smart. I never, it's going to break my heart if he ever, doesn't succeed and has to get fired or anything like that. The way things are obviously trending right now, I don't know if that ever happens, but it would break my heart. Ooh, exactly, with a deep question there. What was the most disrespected time you've had in the Lions media, and how did it make you better? That's a great question. So I'm assuming you're saying, treated bad in one way or another Whether it's with like a, or do you mean like a time I've made a mistake writing or something like that? Because there are a couple that come to mind in the latter there. I'm not sure if I've ever really been mistreated too much. I would say one of the things that I made a mistake on, and I don't remember the specifics of it, but there was like a mic'd up moment that happened between Matthew Stafford and an opposing player, and it was out of context, but I took it as the context that what the internet thought it was, and I wrote about it. I wrote a story about it, and I said like, hey, this guy gives Matthew Stafford respect or something, or something like that. The guy who was not Matthew Stafford in the exchange provided context that proved that what I had written about was wrong. So I took the quote out of context and I made an assumption that was wrong and wrote an entire story about it, and he shit on me for it, and as he should, right? I took a quote out of context and I messed up, and so I've been hopefully way more careful about things like that. I don't like to make assumptions in general on anything. It's why I don't really write any articles on tweets that aren't outright saying what they're saying. So like James Houston, before he got cut, he had a tweet that seemed very much like he was about to get cut, right? He said, he threw up the deuces. He said like, on to the next journey or something like that. And I could have very well easily written an article that day, and he didn't get cut until the next morning. So it would have been, breaking news. Oh, we got a safety! Oh, Muhammad gets him down at the 2. But I didn't, because I didn't know for sure that he was getting cut. And I would have looked like an idiot if I was wrong. So, anyways, I think that's a good example of something that happened that I think made me better, is just realizing that unless you know something for sure, it's probably not worth writing about. And the thing that I always say, and it's not necessarily because of that incident, but probably fueled at least a little bit from that incident, is, and what I think is very much true, is it's much easier to lose your credibility than it is to gain it back. Oh, that should have been picked. Because, there are a lot of people that'll read that story, or they'll see that this NFL player dunked on us for being completely wrong about an incident, and they'll say, oh, that's not a credible source. I am never going to read them again. And I would have no counter argument to that. I could say, I've had 1,000 bats at the plate, and I've, and I've only been wrong once, right? That's not going to matter to them at that moment, because I got the most recent one wrong, right? And they're not going to go look at my history. They're going to be like, hey, you got this wrong. You made a mistake that you shouldn't have made, and how can I trust anything ever you say? I believe I either edited it or took it down. I don't remember. I certainly didn't leave it as is. But when I get something wrong like that, I think the normal thing I do is edit it, put in a disclaimer, hey, there was a previous version of the story where I said this happened. That's not what actually happened. Regret the type of error. Something like that. Because I feel like almost deleting it is a little bit of a coward's way out. It's like you're not really admitting a mistake. You're just erasing your mistake. If that makes sense. Oh, I thought he had the edge. Yeah, sorry about the quality today, guys. I don't know why. Oh, you know what? That's open. That shouldn't be open. Let's close that out. Maybe that'll help a little bit. close out Slack too. Goff backing. Oh, he's going to take a sack there from Rashawn Gary. Turn a bad situation into something worse. That forces a 3rd and 9 as we hit the 2-minute warning here. Yeah, I probably should have done that. Probably true turn. Still early. Still early. Yeah, a few of us had a drink at Hopcat after the show, and we were talking about our favorite moments in that moment where Eric was talking about Aaron Rodgers was among the favorite moments from the group. Oh my God, a murder ball. But you know what? Probably get some in field goal range. Green Bay would be wise to use a timeout here, but they're not going to. Xavier McKinney, the guy who laid on the big hit, be about a 54-yarder. Yep, that's what it'll be, 54-yarder. Lions trying to bleed every single second there and get up 2 scores. But that kick is no good. It goes wide right. And now the Packers will take over with good field position. 3 timeouts and about 1:20 left. Big Z Dubs, thank you for the 18-month subscribe to the channel. Says go Loins. Go Loins. Is Aaron Glenn going to the Jets the best way for the Jets to be relevant next year? Maybe. It's a good... I kind of like that fit more than I like him going to the Saints. But that's a big city and all. And I'm not sure what you want to do with Aaron Rodgers if you're Aaron Glenn. Oh, it's good that the tsunami warning is lifted. I got some buddies in San Francisco, but that's pretty scary. Okay, going to slide, not call timeout there. Just a 4-yard gain from Jordan Love. I think you take that if you're the Lions defense. It's at his own 48-yard line as we're inside a minute now. Packers still have all 3 timeouts, but curiously not using one here. Second week in a row, we've seen some funky timeout usage on this field. Still working the middle of that field. Oh, broken tackle there from Jaden Reed. He gets down to the 40, and the Packers finally do use a timeout there. Jaden Reed all over this game early. 81 yards here in the first half. Two questions in one stream, Apex. I'm not sure that's pushing it. Line sending a little delayed blitz there. Doesn't get there in time, and he's going to check it down to Robert Kraft? That's Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft? Robert Kraft is the owner. Oh boy, guys. I'm going to need like 3 editors on my work tonight, I think. Oh, boy. Losing my mind. Just work in the middle of the field here. The Lions willing to give up a lot of yardage here. Back to Kraft. Volunteers tribute. I don't really do the energy drink thing, but I might have to. I do. You know what I should do? I got a whole lot of those smelling salts left. Colston Loveland. Is that right? Colston. Dang. Vodka Red Bull would definitely not help. What's Zoa? I have a Zoa? What is that? It's Colston? Did I get it right? I'm back, baby. I don't think I knew that, Katie. No, get a hand in there. No way you just let them drive 60 yards in a minute. It's a Lox heinous. Oh, God. Yeah. It's not like a... I'm not going to, like, a resort or a necessarily warm area, but I'm hanging out with some good buddies, and we'll do some fun activities, things like that. I'm not just going to be kicking it up, which is probably what I should be doing. I should probably just sit in front of a TV all weekend and just watch football, which I'm not going to do, but it's going to be relaxing in a different way. Well, we got ourselves a tie ball game here at halftime, although we got 6 seconds left technically. I eventually got the craft one right. No, I got to keep all the Wheel of Pain stuff around for another couple weeks here because I don't know. I probably owe you guys like 20 spins, less than that, maybe 15. Did they chew out like they do that chewing out of Aiden Hutchinson every week? That's so funny, and it's always after a field goal or an extra point. Spirit, yes. We're gonna do some ayahuasca. It's all being filmed for my Netflix special. Don't do that, Austin. Why are we trying something with 5 seconds left? Are we just trying to get Jared Goff murdered? I swear to God, did you just use a timeout? Rashawn Gary again. Just beat Dan Skipper around the edge there. Can we just let the time run out? What are we doing here? All right, well, the Lions are going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the good news. Watch any food films? What's a food film? Oh, I think you meant good, and you got auto-corrected. I have not watched a movie in a while. I very much plan on correcting a grave mistake in my film history. And you guys are going to hate me for saying this. And I do pre-apologize because there is no, like, I love everyone involved in this movie and I have no excuse as to why I haven't seen it. But I believe saved on my YouTube TV is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which I have never seen. I'm just waiting for the judgment to pour in chat. It is a classic. Listen, for whatever reason, I'm just way behind on all John Candy stuff. Like, I hadn't seen Uncle Buck until like 2 years ago. I know. I know it's a Thanksgiving movie too, which is, like it popped up on my feed and I'm like, how have I not seen this movie yet? And I checked YouTube TV to see if it was playing anytime soon, and I think it was. So it's either on there now or it's going to be there soon. I've seen Cool Runnings. Uncle Buck is better than Planes, Trains? I don't know. Someone sent me The Great Outdoors, and I did see it. Joel, listen, I can swear now. It's been the last 3 weeks have been a shit show. Literally for the past 10 days, I've been dreaming of tomorrow. Just tomorrow. And I don't mean like literally the tomorrow from that day. I mean literally December 6th has been circled on my mental calendar for 10 days because I just want to be past the marathon stream last week. I want to be past the live show. I want to be past trying to book guests and all that stuff. And the Thursday night to Thursday game, like I've been dreaming of tomorrow, and everything else has fallen to the wayside. Joel, I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna get home in like 2 in the morning. I'm gonna get home in the 2 in the morning. I'm going to wake up at 6. I'm going to pack at 6 in the morning, and then I'm gonna leave. Because tonight I have to record the video with Eric. I have to write the entire newsletter, which I was going to do today. I was going to send out a newsletter today to just thank people, and I totally spaced and didn't do it. I have to write grades, which I usually write in the morning. Tomorrow's Friday? Okay, that's kind of it, but that's still a lot more than normal. And like, if there's injury updates, things like that, that has to be thrown in. I 100% should be packing right. It is irresponsible for me to run this men's stream right now. Like, no question. Because once I'm done with this, I'm jumping into the shower, I'm taking Zazu halfway across the damn state to Eric, and then I'm heading to the game. And because this game keeps slowing down like this, it's taking longer than normal. Some people have, Jason, and I appreciate you saying that. I was very nervous in the beginning of the show, and I think it came through. Like, I was tripping over my words a lot. I was trying to talk as fast because, like, okay, here's what happened at the beginning of the show last night. Just quick behind the scenes stuff. We had about 70 people there, 70 to 80 people there, but at 7 o'clock, the seats were about half full. And there was a little bit concern about that. And so we decided to start 5 minutes late. So 7:05. The problem with that was we had Mina Kimes at 7:15 booked. And because it's virtual, I couldn't keep her waiting. And so my 10 to 15 minutes of announcements at the top turned into, let's jam that into 8 minutes. Let's cut it in half. And so my mind was just in 10 different directions on what I needed to say at the beginning of the show, trying to fit it in, trying to get everyone introduced and on the stage in time. And so I felt very rushed. And so I think I wasn't my most articulate at the top of the show. But yeah, like, once I'm talking to Mina, once I'm talking with the other fellas, like, it was just recording a podcast, and it didn't feel any different. And yeah, it felt very normal. Oh no, Apex, I missed it. I'm sorry. Oh, nice hit there. That's a big third down stop. Is that Kirby? I think it was Kirby. I could outsource. I could ask if anyone else wants to do grades. Maybe I should. How many ejections will Branch get this game? Thank you, Karen. Brad Holmes. Yeah. It was I was probably the most stressed I've ever been at this job over the past 2 weeks. Because it was very hard to book guests too. Mina's not an easy person to get a hold of. Granted, she's way easier than any other ESPN employee, and she's been amazing. Sorry, I just spaced for a second. The Herman Moore interview, that came together the night before. We tried so hard to get an in-person Lions guest of some sort. There was never any chance of us getting, a current Lions player or a current coach or anything like that the night before a game. But everything in the 3 or 4 weeks I was trying, it felt like everything was falling through, and so super stressed about that. And then shout out to Herman and his agent coming through in the clutch at the end there. Yeah. I've joked with my bosses, like, maybe in retrospect, having the live show and the marathon show in the middle of a 3 games in 12 days span, maybe that was a choice that we shouldn't have made. But like I said, everything turned out way better than I could have expected. Herman was great. Mina was great. The AV was perfect. Based on all the feedback I got, both from the people that were there and the people that were watching from home, it essentially went off without a hitch. Other than, I said one person's name wrong. I got Herman's charity event's name wrong, like little things like that, which are understandable in the moment. I think it all went well. I hate to keep talking about it, although I am still kind of just. I'm still absorbing what happened because it was crazy. Yeah. So like, there was right before Chris asked that question, he pulled me aside and he's like, "What? Did you guys just see what I saw? Jared Goff doing that spin move?" But yeah, Chris whispered to me. He's like, "Hey, is Lomas still doing the podcast with Herman?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure, but I haven't seen it lately, so I'm not entirely sure what the answer is. I don't think he is." And then turns out he is. He's doing it all the time. Okay, that's a big conversion right there. Sam Laporta, quiet game so far. Thank you, McVay. I appreciate it. I gotta get those Nightbot things to stop sending alerts about Movember. Although theoretically, if you did want to donate, it is the drive is still technically open, but I would not ask you to do that. But if someone were to drop like 7,000, I would still shave my head. Oh, and you know what? There was one other bad thing that happened last night that was completely my fault. And how do I repay him for this? I literally repaid him for this, but I left Miko's name off the front door, and so he had to pay to get in, and I felt like an idiot. So how do we repay Miko? How do we make it up to him? Because this is now the second time in like a week that I've screwed up with Miko. Because there are not a lot of people I appreciate more than what Miko's doing for the site, because it's something that I don't think anyone else on the site is capable of in terms of just video editing, his online presence, what he's doing at YouTube. It's fantastic. And so if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page and watching all of his native content over there with Morgan, you absolutely should be. Morgan was there last night, and I don't think I ever saw him. I think he was quick in, quick out. Gift him some pig's feet. Bring him. He was on the latest mailbag. If you're a Pride of Detroit Direct subscriber, he was on there, and he did an awesome job. I mean, he just slid right in there like he'd been doing it all the time. Okay, look at the Lions taking control of this football game. A one-piece box set. That's more up his alley. BK knows. What's up, Flint? I don't want to break my fingers, A-Train. Wicked, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Thano TV, thank you for the 27 months, says FTP. I'm not sure I said your alert, so there you go. Not much there for Monty. Why is this game going so much slower? Like I was hoping we'd get out of here in an hour and a half, and we're still in the third quarter here. Say on the day of your first live podcast, you're lucky if you get a piece of your own cake. I see what you did there. I'm sorry, Apex. I'm sorry. I keep seeing you getting mad at me, if that makes you feel any better. This time he got both feet in. Touchdown, Jameson Williams. He's going to throw that ball into the end zone. Demo not, but I like Monty. Ooh, I'm not sure if he got both feet in. Why did you do the slow-mo part where we didn't need the slow-mo? Yeah, how many episodes of One Piece are there? Like 300 something. There's something crazy like that, right? Oh, now they are gonna review it. Review the other one. Boo. The Lions seem to have brought in to this whole we never lose in the blueberries and marshmallows. Do you think that's why we've only seen the gray pants once? Yes, I do actually. Holy Lord, 1,300? I don't think there's enough to overturn there. Let's go! That's not bad, JC Paxton. How long is an episode of One Piece? Is it a full 30 minutes? It's not an hour, is it? $110 volumes and counting of the physical media at about $7 a piece. Okay, so it's yeah. You're welcome, Apex. So you're telling me it costs nearly $800 if you wanted every physical piece of One Piece. That's wild. Is that Jack Fox in on the tackle? I think it was. Yeah, I heard about that blade. Next time. That's a learning experience there. One Piece is the anime that gets good after the first 100 episodes. What? That's wild. I don't know. How can you put that much into a show? I'm trying to think of like what TV show have I seen the most episodes of, just in purely based on numbers. And it's I don't know, it's probably like South Park. But I'm kind of out on South Park. I haven't watched the last couple seasons. After it kind of turned into like an episodic thing where it was just like it was no longer individual episodes. I kind of lost it. Kind of lost the intrigue a little bit. I like that. I like when TV shows try something new. But I don't know. I didn't like it. Oh, Lord. That's a big hole for Josh Jacobs. Oh, but look at Carlton Davis knocking him back. The Office. But The Office is just like 8 seasons, right? 8 or 9 seasons? Maybe Archer. I mean, Archer has what, like 13 seasons? Nah, I think it's still something more South Park. Simpsons has got to be up there too. But I was never like a devoted Simpsons fan. I was like, when I got home from school and it was on channel 50, whatever we called it at the time. I was just watching Archer this morning when I couldn't fall asleep. Archer's great. Why do I have... How many messages? 35 messages? What is happening right now? Is everything okay? Sonny's I've watched a ton of. Yeah, that's kind of when I was out watching it as it was going on, Jay-Z, but now it's all on Netflix, so I've caught up with a bunch. The Rack has 138? That's pretty good. I've definitely seen every one of those. Sorry, I'm not paying much attention to this game, if you haven't noticed. Oh, no way he caught that over Terrion. That's Christian Watson with a jump ball over Terrion. You hate to see that. Nice, baller. Enjoy it, man. It should be a crazy environment, I hope. I think someone asked if I thought they were going to break the noise record, and I kind of don't, but I don't know. I was a little salty about... It shouldn't have been, but I was a little salty about how quiet it was on Thanksgiving. It's a different crowd, though. Thanksgiving is a different crowd. That's not fair. I've gotten spoiled because of how awesome it was during the playoff games last year. For Purry. 2 months says, hi, Dad. Lion fan, California. He'll see this later when he's off work. Hi, Lion fan, CA. Your son and or daughter is here. Christian Watson down to the 1. Packers a yard away from tying up this ballgame with 6.5 left. It's too early to go for 2, probably. Are Eric and I treated differently by colleagues, members of the line staff because you guys are fans of the team? I have not felt that way, no. I probably treat myself differently a little bit. I do feel there is a divide personally, but I'm not treated that way, if that makes sense. And I probably shouldn't. Like, that's just me being self-conscious. But the people in that room, in terms of my, the other writers, the other journalists, have really since day one been extremely nice and accommodating to me, which I don't take for granted. And yeah, no, I don't think the Lions PR team treats me any differently either. Lions fan CA is here. Says, hi, son. This is adorable. We're bringing families together here. Yeah, so like one really good example I would say of the way that the fellow media members treat me is, so the Lions provide their own, oh boy, they provide their own, when someone talks and they transcribe it for transcription. I just said the word. They provide the transcription for Jared Goff, the coordinators, and Dan Campbell. Any other press conference, we have to transcribe for our own. So any other coaches, any other players that go to the podium, that's on us to transcribe. And when I got there was kind of a chain where, these 4 or 5 media members, they'd split the duties of transcribing players, coaches, and send them all to each other so that, instead of every single person doing it individually or pulling the specific quotes that they want, we can get 4 or 5 players worth of transcripts done in 15 minutes and just all have that immediately as resources. And I think it's a really cool collaborative way to make sure that we all get our jobs done on time. And yeah, like as soon as I walked in that building, I'm like, hey, you want to get on this transcription train? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. Absolutely. Fun spin on that story is that when Eric is there and gets part of it, he takes like an hour to do a transcription. Any updates anywhere on John Kaminsky? So the latest I heard via Justin Rogers of the Detroit News is that he's not expected to return for the regular season. He has a chance to return in the playoffs. I don't know anything more specific than that. I don't think he's a finger pecker like that. All right, this game's exciting, so maybe I should pay attention to it. It's tie ball game with 5 minutes left, and the Lions got the ball. Yeah, Detroit Football Network, Justin Rogers. Did I... Wait, did I say he was with the Detroit News? Did I even mention the Detroit News? Oh, Lord. When did I say... I don't even remember saying that. Yeah, he's not with the News anymore. He has his own publication, the Detroit Football Network. There are AI transcribing programs. I don't fully trust them yet. But I think at some point I need to get back on... I need to get on that train because I think it's gotten better. Oh, my bad. Jalen Reeves-Maben, I asked Dan Campbell about him a couple weeks ago and just saying, like, hey, is there a chance that he returns? And he says, you know, we're a little bit optimistic, but we don't know. So that was... He's eligible to come back now. Haven't seen any signs of him on the practice field. Yeah, Dan, I just heard about that. Is there, I think the warning went away. But is everything cool there? I know you guys got a pretty significant earthquake. I almost said hurricane because I'm tired and dumb. All right, Lions bleeding a lot of clock here, which is exactly what they need to do, but they also need to finish with a touchdown. Goff avoids the sack, throws downfield into double coverage. Dangerous pass there. Batted away by the defender, Eric Stokes. 100 bits from Joshua Mercer says, hey, Jeremy, who won the big prizes for the giveaways? Was that last night? I couldn't tune in, but I'll watch back. We ddid give away some big prizes. We gave away the tickets, and I was in such a whirlwind at the time, I couldn't tell you any of their names, other than Eric. There's an Eric who is in the chat a lot. He won the Roomba, and the only reason I remember that because we had a good long conversation after watching the show with him. But yeah, I couldn't tell you who won the other ones. The other things we gave away were a jersey, bobblehead, and obviously the tickets to tonight. And you'll have to go back and check who won them. Sam Laporta there, moving them chains. That's a big pickup there. Down to the Packers 40 with 4 minutes left. There's Eric. Decker is knee and ankle. Is that right? I think that's right. Goff taking the snap. Panay puts a guy on his butt. Wide open David Montgomery. Yep. Picks up 8. Down to the Packers 31-yard line. Lions now in field goal position. Montgomery a little slow to get up. But that clock's continuing to move. 3:30 left. I sure did, JT Sam. With a big smile on my face. No, Josh. For those last prizes, like the tickets and all that, that was just people who were at the show. I said one thing. It was a joke, and I just wanted to see your reaction and check in on you guys. I almost typed something in, but for some reason it wouldn't let me type on my computer at the time. You could probably see after I said it, like I immediately jumped to my computer and I was watching Twitch chat go crazy. The code word entries were how was... I'm not sure. No, we didn't do the code word stuff last night. Did you get it? He got his feet down? I don't think he got his feet down. The third time this game, we have a toe-tapping controversy here with JMO. It looked like he was airborne that entire time. Do those feet tap right there? Oh, I think they might tap there. It's impossible to tell from that angle, but I think he might have gotten him down. Yeah, I know, Jack. We were talking about... Oh, they're not even reviewing it. He got his feet down. Lions with the go-ahead score. 2:40 left. My robot voice. Oh, man, I'm so hungry, too. I have not had lunch. I'm just going to save it at this point for... Yeah, my computer's lagging pretty hard, so it's screwing my audio up a little bit. Oh, this better not go to overtime. If it goes to overtime, we might just have to call it a tie. No, I didn't. I probably owe you guys about 15 spins on the Wheel of Pain. We only did 2 last night. And then, I mean, because we got like a $5,000 donation off stream after we were done with the show. We got a $1,200 donation. I didn't add any of the Wheel of Pain spins from the auction. So, we're at like 54,000 that we raised, which is incredible. And I feel like between the Saturday marathon stream when we finished with what? There were still 3 spins that I owed from Saturday, plus an egg. And I think since then we've raised, I don't know what, like, I don't remember what we finished with. Almost 20,000 more, so I owe a ton. Oh my god, this is going to overtime. This is going to go to overtime! I hate it! B-Dubs, thank you for the 8 months. Says, do you think Jamal Adams is playing, Jeremy? If already answered, apologies, had to run out. I do think he's going to play today. We didn't really talk too much about that, but I feel like in one way or another, I do think the 4 guys that they added, I do feel like the 4 guys that they've...
Touchdown, Detroit Lions! How about that?
Get yourself a cravings box.
I forgot that I turned on the text-to-speech for actual donations to the stream. Oh, that's a tight throw. Good defense. Good defense. But yes, Dan Campbell even said it, right? The 4 guys that they added, he kind of sees all of them potentially having a role, which is terrifying. You know, they're not all going to be starters. Some of them might be rotational guys or just depth guys, but having 4 guys on the active roster less than a week after you add them is terrifying. Oh, here comes that deep shot. Oh, pick that! Both safeties were there to knock that one away. Big 3rd and 10 coming. If Lions do get to the Super Bowl, what team would you like to see them facing? In terms of like an entertaining football game, probably the Bills. In terms of the best matchup for the Lions, I mean, outside of, you know, saying, I don't know, like some team that doesn't have that good of a chance of making the playoffs, like maybe like Pittsburgh. He's short. No, he's short a yard. Did you really win that, Josh? I thought Brad Holmes' bulge was... So Brad Holmes' bulge on Twitter said he was... Like, he donated it to us, and he was just going to bid a bunch and win it back. I assumed he had won it back. Which I'm just like, that's super cool of you to do that, but also you could have just donated $2,000. But if you won it, Josh, that's awesome. That's... it's a really cool prize. All right, keep that clock running. Or do I want it to at this point? I don't know. I want them to run out of time. I suppose that's true, Josh. And thank you for the cravings box. I'm not going to cash it in tonight. I literally don't have time to go to Taco Bell. Plus, I don't think it would be smart to get it. Oh, I thought he was going to get sacked from behind. Thank you for the sub, Tay from Detroit, over on YouTube. Appreciate you. Well done, Josh. I haven't budget. 3rd and 5. Minute 22 left. Green Bay does have 2 timeouts. Lions got all 3 if they need to come back and score. Oh, Oh, man. Who was the linebacker there? He was right in position to make a play. Nice kick puncher. Love to see that. Who the heck is 56? Oh, my God. He's right there. Is that Quan? Oh, man. Well, the time is running. That's either the good or bad news. I don't even know at this point. Yeah, sorry. We didn't really have time for first bite this week. Jaden Reed, 9 yards, and there's a timeout. 51 seconds left. Yeah, there hasn't been a turnover in this game yet, right? I feel like strip sacks almost never happen in this game anymore. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, God, that is just too wide open. Almost let him in now, so you can have some time to rebuttal. Oh, no, we're going to overtime, Chad. How do I prevent this from happening? Go for two, Pack. Come on, you're on the road. Big game. You don't want to play another quarter with this physical Lions team. Just go for two. Please. Or just throw an interception. Oh, God, he's wide open. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. He was so wide open. Come on, come on, come on. Guys, I'm really going to be tempted to just turn this off if it goes to overtime. No. We didn't do a Madden spread. This is straight up. So I can't just let it be a tie. No one wins the Madden predictions. Alex, I'm not even playing. This is a simulation. Have you ever seen anyone play Madden with that angle? That's wild to me. And they're going for two! They're going for two! Chad, they're going for two! They're actually doing it. And the game is frozen. Send Jane Reed. Don't let Jane... No. Hold the edge! Hold it! He's short! Terrion Arnold with the tackle for loss! And the Lions get the 2-point conversion stop! Can't believe it! What? He had the edge, but he tried to cut it inside! And the Lions are going to escape! He has the edge right there! Look! 43 gets caught up and he's oh my God, are you kidding me? That's incredible. What a finish. And also, you know what? Kudos to Madden for actually going for it, for going for two there on the road. And there you go. You got your coach crying. What's his name? That guy. Matt LaFleur. Ah! Oh, J-Mo! Oh, my God. J-Mo, thank you. Oh, boy. That was scary. That was crazy. Look at Jared Goff's stat line there. 5 incompletions. That's kind of a Jared Goff stat line this year, honestly. All right, can we get this thing going? Come on, I need to go home. And I'm already home. I need to get off stream and go in the shower, drop my dog off, go watch some football. Hopefully watch exactly what I just watched now. I swear to God, Green Bay, if you take a timeout, I'm flipping this table. Eric's family is actually going to be watching Zazu. So hit up Eric on Twitter if you want Zazu picks. Please, can we just go? All right, you know what? Prediction. Choose outcome. Done. Done. We're not looking at stats, chat. That's going to be it. I'm going to let the time actually run out so it's technically official. But your Lions are finally going to win a dang Madden sim. 28-27 after the Packers fail their go-ahead 2-point conversion. All right. I won't see you guys for a little bit. Maybe until Monday. Maybe even a little bit later than that. But you guys have an awesome weekend. If you're going to the game tonight, please be loud. Please be crazy. Please have a great time. And that's all I got, y'all.